the guys who were first one-off characters, like they came in one show, blew it up, then they left. That started way back. The Bear. Well, he wasn't a one-off character. He wrestled for about a year in HWF. My bad. So he was a TV champion. He beat the Dean in his debut. The only man, I think, in HWF history to debut in the HWF and win in his very first match a title. Yeah, actually, the Bear. He holds that distinction. That is pretty wild, actually, to think about that. The Bear, Chris Heinrich. He came in, he loved wrestling in 98, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels and all that jazz, and I still love it to this day, honestly. I love those guys. He was my favorite, Stone Cold. But he came in, his debut match, beat the fucking Dean for the TV championship. I do not think he went on and held any more titles after that. He had one infamous match with the returning Big Sexy after a hiatus and got beat in 2 minutes. And he did challenge me, Soup, for the HWF championship. Crazy. He came in 1999 and whooped the shit out of Psycho Killer. He had a number one contendership tag team match with the Balls as his partner. They won, but he never showed up again. The Goon. He wrestled one match and he was gone. Let's see here. We had the EHW crew come in, and those guys were a fucking trip. Spence Dog, the EHW International Champion, the high-flying, jet-setting motherfucker. He didn't give a shit, the soccer ball-playing mother. He came in, had probably one of my favorite matches of all time with myself and Suicide Kid. It was at Extremely Dangerous 2002. That match was amazing. He went in to have a bunch of other matches. He came back for 2 reunion shows. Back to the Dead 2014 and Better Off Dead in 2009. Where he won the EHW championship from Mike Extreme. That guy right there, Mike Extreme. Probably my favorite HWF wrestler of all time. Probably my favorite backyard wrestler of all time, pretty much. I don't want to be biased and say the Soup, the Icon Soup is me. The Icon Soup is my favorite. But like Extreme, that guy came in out of nowhere, won his debut match against 2 veterans of HWF, Soup and Suicide Kid, and one of the best matches of all time. Probably top 5, for real. He had a bunch of awesome matches with Balls, Spence Dog, Suicide Kid, the Plow King, that crazy face-eating motherfucker Plow King, came in. But Mike Extreme, he took a beating. He had a shot at the HWF Heavyweight Championship in September, remember, which is the very last HWF event of the original HWF. Came back at the Final Violent Act and had one hell of a brutal match. Stiff chair shot taken motherfucker against Balls. And he won that match. He also won at Final Violent Act. Another one of my favorite matches of all time. Myself, Suicide Kid, Mike Extreme, 2, Final Violent Act, Ladder to Hell match, 4th ever in HWF history. Man, that match was brutal. I bled everywhere. Suicide Kid and Mike Extreme had real heat, and in real life, they didn't get along. So if you go back and watch some of their matches, trust me, they had real heat. They didn't get along. But Mike Extreme put on some great performances. He made a surprise return at Back to the Dead 2014 as a guest commentator, and we inducted him into the HWF Hall of Fame, first and only class 2014. Because he knew what was going on. And a funny story, side note, 1998 in October, after Something Extreme 98, in which the Dean, beat Balls in the number one contender match, so he had a shot at the HWF Heavyweight Championship. He snuck in to where we kept our weapons and we kept the titles, and he stole the HWF Championship from me and the weapons from me. He snuck back and he took them, and he started a federation with Mike Extreme in the fall of 98, which was funny because Mike Extreme was supposed to debut with HWF, but he never did because Dean was jealous, or he didn't want to. I don't know what was going on, but he was supposed to be set to debut at Something Extreme 98, but Dean, I don't know what happened. He sabotaged it. Well, anyways, they started a wrestling federation together. I fought Dean in school, not fist fight, but verbal fight, and I got the championship belt back through the principal, which was a win for the HWF and Soup. But Mike Extreme started this federation, and then he went on to start EHW, which was another Angola backyard wrestling federation, which ran from 99 to 2001, I believe. And you can find that on our YouTube channel as well. And he had some great matches. He was the only star of that fed. Spence Sugg was a star in the making. He came along greatly. He had some kick-ass matches, the tag matches, the six-man match at Extremely Dangerous. That whole pay-per-view is one of the best, top 5. But Mike Extreme, my favorite. Peace, brother. You're my buddy. Suicide Kid, one of the founders of HWF. He started in December 97. Rode it through 20 years. Multi-time world champ, multi-time TV champ, multi-time tag champ. My buddy, one of my best friends, my partner, 420. We rode in, rode out. We had a falling out, of course. But we got back together. We bonded. We got it straight. We had the reunion last year, 2016. One of the best. HWF Hall of Famer. He's the HWF World Heavyweight Champion, and I'm the HWF Champion. We will battle for those belts sometime this year, but he's one of the best guys. Who else? One-off guys. Tracksuit Dave. I had a match with him in 98. Amazing Nate. He had 2 matches with HWF. One in October of 97 and April of 98. Amazing Nate. Tracksuit Dave. Crazy. The Goon. These guys. Oh, the Big Chief. He jumped in on a match with Big Sexy and Balls in 99. World Championship match. Violence is good. These guys, they're funny. That night we went and seen The Matrix. When The Matrix came out, and it was in the theaters in 1999. The Masked Madman and Pud Spanker. And The Masked Madman 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And it was a